there is a transmission coming through. I believe it is a transmission from my higher self. I'm not sure that if it will be a personal transmission for me or if it's a collective transmission and will have relevance to others, but here it comes. And I don't know if I will do it in the first person or third person. I guess first person. It feels I'm being groomed to be a leader. And one of the ways that I know this is that I really feel that I've been put through the fire. And the other way that I sense this, and is in fact the same way, is how I've been put through the fire, is that my sense of trust, in particular of others, and you could even say of life, has been severely fractured. And it was reactivated this last year, but I can see now that it was my whole life, like most at a very young age. And how the result of that, at least that I can see in the last year, is that I have been unable to depend upon other people because the sense of distrust was simply too strong. And it has forced me to pave my own way. And at the time it was frightening, but now I can see that it is likely a kind of initiation or it is a stepping stone to be able to walk my own way. And so a leader doesn't necessarily mean that you are leading other people, but it does mean that you are leading yourself and that you are not being led by other people. Or at least not one person in particular or a group thought or something, but this has just been brought to my awareness in the last week or so, that embracing that and continuing on that path would be most transformative and empowering. And on some level, I simply know that. So there may be a reactivation of claircognizance in this transmission, which is something that I've experienced throughout my life, although I have somewhat tried to ignore it. And claircognizance is the ability to simply know something. Just as clairvoyance would be to see something, or clairaudience would be to hear something, claircognizance is to know something clearly. And in a sense, without reason. So I feel that there might be an element of that being strengthened or reactivated, which would correlate with divine purpose and mission, which is something, of course, you would just simply have to know. So there might be a reactivation of I heard core strength, but also that divine knowing of your purpose and what you're here to lead. We are all leaders of different things, I would think, and so we can only know that for ourselves. And while we may have a similar purpose or message as another, the way that we do that will always be unique to us. So I guess this is indeed a leadership transmission for anyone who feels that they are walking a similar path to carry some kind of message that is most true to them and their soul and their mission and their connection to the divine. Because on some level, the divine is always leading. This is really but an experience. At least that's what I believe. And it is definitely an experience for me and my human self, as I do tend to be shy and look to others to show the way. So it is significant to me to embody something different. Oh wow, it's so comforting. There's a comfort energy coming into the sacral. It reminds me of like a grandma's presence, or even a sage. And that is the thing, like I'm thinking of a woman that I know who would seek truth directly from the divine. You know, she was a leader because she went directly to source to find the answers and then to live them in her life. And I had great respect for her. So it's a similar role here for us all. And in whatever way you seek the divine, it could be through music, it could be through, so many ways. So you will understand the message and calling if it is for you. But there's comfort and stability being brought for anyone for which this is a new role. And you might be used to hiding behind the scenes or hiding the fact that you do know some things. You do know what you're doing. As at least in many cultures on our planet, this is kind of seen as a bad thing. Like, don't walk too tall, don't be too sure. A kind of tall poppy syndrome, I believe is the name of it in Australia. Don't stand out too much. Don't pave your own way too, you don't want anyone getting too ahead of themselves kind of attitude I've very much seen in the populace. So there's just this strength and stability and comfort. I keep getting this word comfort, like it's bringing a sense of ease and pleasure to this journey. It does bring confidence, but not in that very outward masculine way that we tend to think of the word. In a much more calm, relaxed way. More like comfortable than confident, because it's a feminine aspect of the concept. Oh, and that's so interesting because now I actually see poppies, the flower. And if I understand correctly, at least when I used to research it, poppy flower essence has to do with a heart-centered connection to the divine. not an egoic or you could even say like superficial kind of spirituality, but a heart-centered, joyful, connected, at peace connection to the divine. You can look up that flower essence if you're interested, or tune into the flower yourself. For me, I'm distinctly getting the energy of like joy, this joy of that connection. And again, like comfort and ease. Like it's not forceful, it's very pleasant. And they are very delicate flowers, so there's a softness to this connection, or securing and establishing, or strengthening. I don't think establishing would be the right word. Balancing, perhaps. Balancing. Yes, this is very much a balancing, almost you could say, of the feminine, masculine energies. Wow, the wind is picking up in just one moment. And it's reminding me of the necessity of staying grounded even when there is disturbance, which is a huge component of leadership and confidence. I have struggled with self-doubt throughout my life, so this is a remedy for that. It's giving a softness within the space of understanding, so that that rigidity that like, oh, I have to be right, or maybe I'm wrong, that kind of rigidity that causes self-doubt in the first place, like dogmatic thinking and fear of looking a certain way or being wrong or even being right. It's just not relevant in this space where the goal is understanding and connection, which isn't a perfect science, if you will. It's not like something you can put on a spreadsheet. So it's bringing in that sort of remembrance and spaciousness. And I see dragon energy. And dragons have visited me a lot in the last couple of weeks. And I'm not super familiar with their energy, but I do understand they have a lot of clearing capacity. They're good at transformation and clearing. So they might be supporting energy clearance at this time. And I do get that they are clearing away fear, as a kind of fear has presenced itself for me. Yes, they are clearing away fear. And I see a purple, a light lavender purple color. Like, it's almost like not smoke, but kind of like in Japanese animation. Like the whiskers of the purple whiskers of these dragons. It's reminding me of more illustrations from Asian countries. Yeah. It's very nice, that purple color. It's like a very light ashy purple, and I don't know, it's doing something for me. It's really neutralizing that fear. Yeah. really lovely energy. Wow, that's so nice. I don't know if you can feel that, but it feels so nice. Like it's so calming and it just really is evaporating the fear. It's fascinating. I wonder if it is an aspect of the violet flame, like the lavender flame or something. I may look up that color afterward. It's almost got a silvery hue to it. It's like purple, light purple. It's like if you mix lavender and silver. It's like a bit of blue. It's so nice, like a ribbon, silk ribbon. I can't explain it, but it's so present on the whiskers of these dragons. The one dragon that I can see. Maybe multiple. Oh, it's so nice. I will just sit here while it continues to work. It also is reminding me of koi fish. I know it's a dragon, but I guess the koi fish also have those whiskers. So it's making me think of the koi fish, which is again a big part of Asian cultures. I think Japan. It's and they also have a lot of Zen within their culture, calm, clean, crisp kind of energies. Very, very interesting. It's still working quite diligently here on the fear body, or just on this concept and energy of fear. I will continue to hold the space as it clears. So nice. I see an eye. I see the eye of the dragon now. And it has, for lack of a better word, humanity in it, sensitivity. And I think that's so apropos for the clearing that we're doing, because if you think about it, like dragons can seem kind of scary at first if you have any kind of preconceived notion. And but if you really look into their eye, you will see it doesn't feel different than me. You know, there's kindness in the eyes, and awareness, sensitivity, awareness. It's really cool. It's just about our judgments and the things we make up about things before we know them, before we really look. It's really, really lovely message in this imagery here, and in this being that has visited us. Because now I can see, I believe it is a he, his beauty. And again, I don't know the word for that aliveness that I sometimes call humanity, but it's obviously in other things besides humans. Awareness and sensitivity, yeah. He's very, very smart. I can see in his eye that he's intelligent. Intelligence We may not realize how intelligent the life is around us, and not very different than our own. I think he is more intelligent than me. I can kind of see that in his eye. And so strong and kind. It's very, very lovely. So yeah, a big clearing around fear, and especially preconceived notion fear, or preconceived notion of any kind. It's very lovely, this masculine. I think he's just showing himself now. I don't know if it's related to the healing. I think it's to show me how at first I was a bit frightened, and now that I can look at him clearly, I see who he really is, and it's so I can communicate that message to you. Yeah, very lovely being. No, he has another message. It is also the same. He is imparting his strength. It's almost like delight. Okay, so I'll try to explain what I'm feeling. It's kind of like he almost delights in my false preconceived notion, and in me being corrected, like to see there's a shared understanding here of, oh, I was wrong, I see you now. And he's just like smiling joyfully at that. And so we'll be able to the same if anyone takes us for wrong. You see, it's an ability to kind of laugh off and have compassion for misunderstandings of others' preconceived notions, and of course our own. It's very lovely. It's a very pleasant, smiling, kind, compassionate personality, this dragon. It's a bit fathering too. There's a bit of a fathering energy, like he's teaching me so patiently here. So perhaps there will be an ability to do that, or an ability to learn in this very loving, patient manner, and to teach in this very loving and patient manner. His energy is lessening. So I got the message here. It's about teaching in a loving and patient manner. Okay, thank you. I hope to see him again because he was so lovely, and I hadn't had an experience like that before. I think that he will be staying with anyone who is on a teacher path or a leader path or something related to this transmission, because his energy is still present. Very fatherly, very it's very, very nice. I hope that you can feel, I don't know if you can feel that, but yeah, it's nice. So maybe you have your own dragon guides, but I will come out of the transmission now. I got a bit really into that, so you can just reground into the body fully. I feel so much happier. It's so weird. Joyful, very joyful. I don't know if you're feeling that too, but yeah, I feel such a joy and like a giggliness. Okay, that's your transmission on leadership and teacher energy.